Hi everybody, we are Mike and Brenda Baker, and today we're going to be discussing owning your part in your marriage.
All right, so owning your part in your marriage, which leads to what? The obvious question. What is your part in the marriage? Well, excuse me, I couldn't hold that one back. We all have this idea of what our spouse's part is, but we never really think about what our part is. Okay, so I really, as a guy, I tend to, when I counsel other men, I really lean on them. Now, my counseling comes from more of a religious standing and background, and so I really lean on them in those areas. But the one thing I really lean on them is being responsible. Being responsible for your spouse, being responsible for your family, and being responsible for your decisions. What's your part? When I'm talking to men, your part is to provide no matter what, to show love no matter what, and to go without so that they might go with.
And really what I say in those counseling sessions is, women, be your husband's biggest cheerleader. You know, it's really easy to live with a man and kind of cut down his crazy ideas that he has sometimes. Maybe he wants to start a business and you're like, we really can't afford to start a business right now. You know, it's not going to help him to push himself forward for the family and to be the example that he needs to be as a man for the family, for the kids especially. So try really hard in everything that you say, in the tone that you have with your husband. Have the tone and the attitude of praising him for what he does right, not pointing out the things that you don't like.
So if you're listening, I really didn't answer the question about what is your part. So I'm going to answer that now.
Apparently I wasn't listening.
So what is your part? Your part is to have your spouse's back, not stab your spouse in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Which leads us into number 2, 50-50. Everything is 50-50, Mike. Everything is 50-50. I've got bad news for you. 50-50 in a marriage does not equal 100. Okay? Especially in a remarriage.
Yes.
Especially in a remarriage where there is so much extra baggage, so much extra emotional baggage and physical baggage and financial baggage and just baggage upon baggage, all right? So it's got to be, really, for the lack of a better term, 110/110. You've each got to put 110% into this thing, because why the extra 10%? Because you're remarried, okay? You gave up the 100-100 ratio when you divorced, whether it was your fault or not. Whether it was your fault or not, that's a moot point.
You had a part.
It's irrelevant. Yeah, everybody had a part. In some cases, one person had more of a part than the other, but we all have a part. Okay, I would never say, even though my ex and I did not have a great divorce or a great relationship after that, or even now, I would never ever say it was 100% her fault.
No.
At least the marriage portion, I had mine in that too. So you gave up your 100-100 in your first marriage. That was your shot for the 100-100. Now you're in the 110. Maybe you're in the 120. But if you don't step up and give that 110%, it will fail. But it doesn't have to fail. The beauty of 110% is everybody that gives 110 has 150 to give.
Yeah.
And everybody that has 100 has 150 to give. All right? The point being is your capacity to throw that extra 10% in is always there.
Right. And the more effort that you put into your remarriage, a lot of the times, the more effort your spouse will too. Now, if they're just not having any of it, then there's more things that you need to do to fix your marriage. And we can actually really help you with that.
You as a couple.
Yeah, right. You as a couple. Sorry, thank you for throwing that in, because that's the important part. Yeah. What we do is we help couples have specialized one-on-one training with us. So it's very important that if you're in that space right now, you either comment below or go to one of the links down below where it says, what does it say?
Excuse me.
Where you can find us or whatever, and message myself or message Mike and let us know that you're having issues, and we will schedule a call with you and your spouse to help you to move through these things that can sometimes stop us up.
or even just you if you have questions.
Yeah.
So number 3. So what's changed? All right. Remember, owning your part in the marriage means, all right. Now, obviously, we're talking about, we want you to own your part because there may be some issues. Every remarriage has issues. Every remarriage, whether they're small, whether they're large, every remarriage has issues because it's a difficult dynamic. Okay. So what's changed? Now, when I say what's changed, I'm leaning more towards the spouses that are getting ready to leave mentally.
Yeah.
All right. Let me remind you that you chose this marriage. We hear all the time about women who have considered running or think, man, in the beginning, I should have just bolted. You didn't. That's a moot point. And I use that term a lot. That just means pointless. Okay. It's a moot point. It doesn't matter what you coulda, shoulda, woulda. You chose this. 110%. Stick with it. There are great blessings, huge gratitude, huge opportunities to be had within this relationship that you've chosen.
Now, we want to segue right quick and say, we are not telling you that if you're in an abusive, terrible marriage, to stay in it.
No.
We are saying with healthy marriages that just have some problems that are personal problems they need to get through, you can do that. We have helped so many people be able to go from an affair to living together in a very good way, in a very healthy way, and both doing very well as a couple. That does not apply if you are in an abusive marriage. We don't support that. We don't tell people to stay in those. We have very strict guidelines that we tell people to follow if they are in an abusive marriage. So if you are that person, please follow the link below and contact myself or contact Mike and tell us how we can help you.
Now, if you're unsure if yours is abusive, then just ask. Ask friends, ask us. It doesn't matter. Just ask. Say, this is what's going on. I'm not sure it's really abuse. Usually, if you have to wonder if it's abuse, it may not really be abuse. It just may be annoying. But there are some women who just don't know. You know, the first marriage wasn't abusive. This one is, and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to reach out for help. We're talking to status quo remarriages where, you know, these problems are common.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are a lot of commonalities between people who are remarried.
Yeah.
If we would have known when we got married that a lot of the things we were going to go through, other people had gone through, it would have made it probably a lot easier, which is why we are so passionate about giving you guys the knowledge and wisdom that we didn't have when we were newly married, or even in 10, 15, 20 years.
Yep.
We're going on 25 years, and now we figured a few things out.
It's all good.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for being with us on this journey of just us being very real with you and helping you to, through our experiences, just learn. And we thank you for taking your time to listen to us. We'd love it if you would share or comment on this or subscribe. We'd love that. And we thank you so very much for being with us today. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.